Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared Bro on this Bad Churn Wednesday. And it's Bad Churn Wednesday for real, because today is what? April Fool's Day. And we'll talk a little bit about the fools that's in the news a little later on, but join us here. Grab yourself a comfortable chair, a mug or a tumbler of your favorite frosted or steamy adult beverage. Mind your manners. Say good morning and sit a spell with us here for the next 3 hours on the front porch as we go through the news and views with the New Orleans focus scope. And of course, the number one way you can reach us is here 504-582-9422. And we're located here on the campus, on the empty campus of Xavier University at New Orleans at the foot of the overpass on Norman C. Francis Parkway. Y'all, it's the day before Holy Thursday, the day before your diet will be crawfish for the next couple of days. And it is April Fool's Day. And I swear it does not need to be any tomfoolery movement because ain't nothing funny. Nothing. Nothing is funny. But I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day on this Bad Churn Wednesday. It is April 1st, and I want to wish a special happy birthday to Cameron Williams. It is his, I don't even know if he's 30 or not, but yeah. Happy birthday, Cam. I hope you have a wonderful day. And y'all, I had an adventure last night. I did not make all the best choices, but the best choice, the choices that I did make were pretty cool. I'm pretty satisfied. I'm just a little tired this morning, but everything is good. And I hope you are having a great, again, start to your day. I found out yesterday that graduation for my youngest is May 9th. I am still processing that. May 9th. I will have 2 high school graduates, and I couldn't be more proud. And yeah, adding to the vernacular or the phrase, shout out to Mother Nola. I love you hard, hard. I swear to God. And I swear to God, I love you hard, hard. And that is in conflict. That is in times of peace. That is at all times. I love you hard, hard. Um, but yeah, yesterday was a real adventure as um, CJ played at Vaughn's last night. And he sat in with the band that was playing. And if you know or remember Jazz talking to you about Vaughn's, that is a place where Corey Henry and the Barbecue Swingers or the Tremaine Funk Set, they play every Thursday night. And I was gonna be a big girl. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, CJ, you playing at Vaughn's? That's where Jazz used to be." And I pulled up and let him get his bass out and said, "No, I was not grown enough to go in that space where I had my last drink with him." I tried. I thought about it, and I went to go park, and I was like, because I'm not ready. As much as people view the life cycle and accepting things, I don't accept things. I don't accept change very well, and as it comes to um, death, I don't handle death well. But I was like, I'm gonna put my brave face on and go and see and walk around and um give honor and give grace to the space, and I could not. I could not put it in my spirit to move and go in. And I don't know why, outside of the fact that I know that I'm not ready. But yeah, I almost did. I tried. I thought about it. I thought hard about it, and I just could not do it. But I will. Ones will see me again on a Thursday night. I will give reverence. I just am not ready. And for those of you who have been um, wondering when the services will be, there will be his funeral on April 11th at St. Leo the Great. The viewing will be from 9 to 11, and the service will begin at 11. And again, as I'm saying those words, I ain't ready. I'm not. But yeah, rest in power, Jazz. We're gonna have that final one. Definitely gonna pull out one for you, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I found myself at the page, and I'm always in good company when I go there. It is a soft landing for me, and I got to sit and have um, conversations and drinks with the good old people over at the page. Shout out to Willie um, for always being welcoming. Yeah, shout out to Willie Mackey for always being welcoming. I'm often the only girl in there, but I like it like that most of the times. But yeah, I got to sit and chit chat with Mother Nola, who um, who has promised will be back and actually stop in and sit with us on the front porch. But yeah, yesterday was, I thought for sure that I was prepared and ready, but I just could not. Um, I could not go into the space. And everybody was so welcoming and nice outside. And I just felt that my knees were going to give out if I tried to go into the building. So that's that on that. I hope you all, again, are having a good start to your day. Uh, this being April Fool's Day, anybody could get it. I promise. I promise. I promise. I appreciate discourse. I've had a lot of discourse. And what I am finding out is the older I get, my instincts as a child were right. When I get weird feelings about people, but I try to see it through and give people the space to show who they are, I'm still usually right about them. And sometimes I want to be wrong, but I'm not. I'm not. And that sucks sometimes because the people who I want to be wrong about end up showing me the exact behavior that that I would have found or taken issue with. So here we are. It is what it is. We're gonna keep it pushing and go forward. But yeah, I am I don't know. There's some sort of transition that's taking place right now. There's some kind of energy moving, and I know, most people don't understand how those cycles work. I don't really completely understand how those cycles work, but I know that there is something in the atmosphere. Something is happening, and it could have to do with Resurrection Sunday coming. But in that energy, this is April 1st. This is the start of spring. This is the thing where things that are dead are getting ready to fall off and new things are getting ready to grow. And I think that has to do with friendships, working relationships, um, attachments to thinking. I think it's a shift is getting ready to happen. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this on the other side of the break. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Uh-huh. Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the Front Porch, y'all. You know how we do. Every Monday is Moving Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, station you listen to
all day long.
Alrighty, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, a giant leap toward lunar landing. The historic mission set for takeoff tonight, sending humans farther than ever before and launching a new era of space exploration.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
Well, Saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 1230 a.m. See you on Saturday.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What we want to be talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared Bro on this bad churning Wednesday. It's a whole lot of stuff going on in and around the world. It's a whole lot of things that people are just out here saying any old thing. And this is the country where you can say whatever you want. However, the other side of that is there are consequences, both positive and negative, when you say whatever you want. That goes for anybody. That goes for anybody. And we have to observe right now, there's a reckoning happening for this country and around the world. People are over double talking. People have had enough of failed promises, and it's happening in a big way. You know, we've seen that Chile has been under fire for not only being a Trump voter, but a Trump contributor, and also reshared information about Michelle Obama being a man. And you can do whatever you want, especially on Twitter. Twitter is so ghetto. It is for racism and porn. But people are allowed to have feelings and not support you when they see that your actions are counterproductive for their lives, not just their ideas, for their lives. Um, Another person who is finding out is Jaden Ivey. I don't know if you all are familiar with Jaden Ivey, but he's recently lost his job, and I think he's now estranged from his wife and his wife's family based on his comments. And before we talk about what his comments were, I don't think that he was let go necessarily because of his comments. I think the comments and the topic are so controversial, or they allow for a lot of controversy, that whatever his issues were the on the court, I think have been exacerbated. But as we sit now, as we see now, it is not what you say, is how you say it, and also your intent. Like, people have been speaking with malice, and this current administration, the presidency, has made space for people to speak with malice. And now people are starting to feel the pinch, because not only do we stop talking to you, we stop fooling with you, and we stop spending money with you. And you can't be mad about it. But yeah, good morning, y'all. I see y'all in the chat. I don't know what's going on Facebook, but I have to keep refreshing the chat so I can see the comments. And let me say good morning to our people who are in here. Good morning, Miss Joyce. Good morning to Earl. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, Cam. Hey, Sora. How you doing? Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Mark. Mark, I'm going to tell you what them people said about you when you go visit the places where I eat. Good morning, Mark Bashman. Yeah, Cam. Cam, ooh. Yesterday, I was so prepared to go into Vaughn's and just could not. I couldn't. Good morning, Dolores. Good morning to Grayling. Hey, Grayling Hammond. Are y'all on spring break? Matter of fact, inbox me your number. We gotta chit chat, because I have some things and some ideas of some stuff I want to come and share with you and the family out in Baton Rouge. And good morning to Jackie Wilmore. How y'all doing this morning? But yeah, people are starting to see consequences from their words and the things that they say. And, words can be violent, especially when you're speaking about groups of people that you either don't know about or have decided that you don't care about. Um, Words and actions have consequences. So I was speaking about Jaden Ivey, okay? And he had made, or has been having, these live sermons on Instagram, and this one in particular has gotten him fired. I don't know if it's because of his comments about the queer community that got him fired. It may have been his performance on the court. But Jaden Ivey hunts through a Bible for passages to share with his followers. He evidently did not do the prep work to place sticky tabs or bookmarks in there. So there are awkward moments of silence while Ivy flips back and forth and sniffs and mutters. It's a lot of very tedious work for with almost no payoff. Every passage Ivy selects is a threat of damnation, and the most he ever wrings out of his selections by translating them into plain language is a superficial and increasingly whining exhortation. You guys don't see how further this goes to show that you are all going to hell. These are things that he has said on his Instagram live. Now, the headlines are saying that he made comments about the LGBTQ community, But I don't think that's the only reason that he got canned. I really do believe that he's all over the place and is showing or proving himself to be unreliable or on the court, and in his speak he's saying things that are injurious to the organization by which he represents, and as a result they've let him go. So here we go. This is from the Defector. They say it's not surprising that some of the confessions Ivy struggled to articulate in the making of his first video are shouted with authority in the most recent ones, which came after his employers decided they'd seen enough of his foolishness. God saved me from a life of fornication, Ivy professes early in his first video in an effectless bass, looking away from the camera. He saved me from a life of drunkenness. He saved me from a life of here. There's a pregnant pause before Ivy completes the sentence with pornography. Later in the session, repeating the same point, Ivy record scratches on the pornography bit, stares blankly, and then moved to another thought. By Monday's video, he'd gotten the hang of it. I was a fornicator. I was a pornography addict, and I used to get drunk. That's all I knew. That was in his first video. In the second video, Ivy is sitting in the passenger seat of a large SUV underneath a panoramic moon roof parked near a metal fence and a concrete overpass. There's an awkwardly long period of silence to open the video, and then Ivy explains that he recently left work where he has been rehabbing the knee injury that last week led to the Bulls shutting him down for the remainder of the season. At first, you think he might not have a Bible nearby, but there you are wrong. He returns the topic of damnation, and then there's that terrible sound of Jaden Ivy flipping through the good book. John 14:6, he says, already in the whining tone. Flip, flip. But many of y'all don't believe. Flip, flip, flip. But may Jesus turn your hearts to believe the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Flip, 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 that you can be saved right. So, knee injury, liability, not worth the time of paying him to play is what I think got him fired. But this is the third video where I think where people are harping on, but I don't know. This is where things got dicey. In his third video, also filmed from his car, but now the camera is in his lap, Ivy zeroed in on his favorite targets of Christian evangelicals, gay people, that the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA, Ivy says, in a claustrophobic under-chin shot. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month. Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets, unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How? How are they to say that you man, this is crazy, man. So on Monday, the Bulls waved on him and said, yeah, your conduct is detrimental to the team. And they've decided to part ways with him. But again, the headline says that he was dropped because of his commentary, when I think that he was dropped because he wasn't playing good basketball and he was problematic. And I know that we've had conversations regularly about queerness and queer people and whatnot. And some of you all, because of your programming, you are holding on to ideas that aren't so serving you, honestly, and also are making your life and your work harder as you are trying to, as people of color or Black people, try to make strides moving forward. It's not a good look, and it's not beneficial that we want a certain presentation or representation of us, meaning Black people, to the world to make us look like other people or behave like other people in the world who are closeted in their actions because what you're promoting that we not do, them people doing. But we still carrying that bone, and it's got to be heavy at this point. Y'all should be tired. But for some odd reason, many of you all are holding on to ideas and ideals that are not serving our community and really not serving anybody. And I know some people are going to have some feelings about it. I welcome you to call 504-582-9422. And I respect everybody's opinion. I just don't agree with everybody's opinion. I respect your opinion. I just don't agree with it. And a lot of times when you start, I think the term here is jeffing or capping for somebody else whose walk of life is not even yours. Some of that stain gets on you. And I think we need to be really intentional on how we support ideas and people and the things that they say. And also, particularly in this country, you have the right to say what you want. However, the other side of that is when you say what you want, there are consequences that come with that. So as long as everybody gets on that page, I think we'll be better at communicating with each other, and forcing people to see things your way never works. Because if it did, we would see some different behaviors. I don't know. Maybe we would see people act differently if we let people live instead of trying to force people into the boxes that we've been told are necessary. Again, the number here is 504-582-9422. How you doing this morning, Jared? What's popping?
I'm doing well this morning.
You're doing well this morning?
Yes, I am.
What's well about this morning? Because today it feels a little better. The sun is out a little bit more.
It does. I'd say yesterday it looked like it was the evening when it was morning.
Yeah.
And that's why everyone was tired. I looked outside and I wanted to just pass out. I was like, I've just looked this way. Maybe I won't fall asleep.
Yesterday was kind of tough.
It was.
Mainly because the weather was so dreary and I needed the sun to kind of
the sun was not out.
Give me some push. And we didn't get the sun. It did rain a little bit yesterday too.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the pneumonia weather that my mom used to talk about. She used to say that in springtime or in the transitions from winter to spring, winter tries to hold on just a little while longer. Because literally in the last 2 weeks, we've been in the 40s, we've been in the 80s. I think we dropped into the 50s at some point or another. But you can't transition your closet from winter to summer, spring until it finishes going through this temper tantrum weather. That's what I'm gonna call it. Temper tantrum weather. And unfortunately, I don't know what the temperature is gonna be like for Easter. Have you seen it? Have you seen the weather?
I haven't thought of that yet. No.
Hmm?
I hadn't thought of it yet. No, I don't know what the weather will be like.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. Ed said, morning, there's a word in the dictionary called righteousness, but not a word called wrongfulness. We're adding words to the dictionary regularly. Anytime bootylicious is in the dictionary, why not? Let's add that. And yes, Paul, definitely a demigod wannabe that is not good at his sport, so he got fired. I don't think he got fired because of his comments. I may be wrong, but I don't think that he got fired because of his comments.
Right. No, this was what they say with the straw to break the camel's back.
Or maybe they was just like, you know what, you're just not even worth it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that is a part of it. Mark wants to know what people. You got that picture?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Can you pop that up?
Yeah.
Mark, Them people say you've been out there 3-4 times.
This is for
after I
Mark?
told you. Yeah, this is for Mark. On yesterday, I went all the way out to the east, my old stomping grounds, and to have lunch and holler at the good old people um, over at Thai Nola. And this was my lunch on yesterday for those of you who are watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Good morning. Good morning. I see you guys over on YouTube. This is the Thai Nola Gumbo Ramen. The entire family is working in the kitchen over at Thai Nola. And when I say good to me, I mean good to me. I can't eat that whole thing at one sitting. I often end up sharing it with my family at home, and there's no pork in it too. So I try to eat the whole thing, but I can never get it down. But go holler at the good folks over at Thai Nola in New Orleans East. The food is delicious. I have been there multiple times, but yeah, Mark, them people say you've been over there 3-4 times, and I appreciate you going over there and supporting the business. When I say good, yes, Cam, yum. When I say good to me, it's spicy, but it's delicious. And every time I go, matter of fact, one of the times I went, he was like, "You gonna try the regular gumbo today?" I was like, I mean, fine, but you know what I came for. Give me that. And the regular gumbo is delicious along with the rest of their food. But I wanted it. I had to have it. So I made my way out to Thai Nola. So yeah, the places that I tell you that the food is good, I'm not telling you because I think the food is good. Ethel tested, and Ethel is my tummy. I'm telling you, it's delicious. But yeah, I was having a conversation this morning with one of the Breakfast Club members. Good morning, Miguel. Hey, Myra. And he brought up the topic of he wanted to get a specific dish. The dish was what was it? Crawfish bisque. And people usually make crawfish bisque for holidays. Crawfish bisque is a very tedious dish to make because you have to, of course, peel the crawfish and then you stuff the crawfish heads along with the rest of the stuff that you have to do for crawfish bisque. So Cam said I'm a certified foodie. Listen, I likes to eat. And Mark, you so greedy you eat when you're full. I cannot. I'm unable to do that because then I'll be sick. But crawfish bisque, if somebody made crawfish bisque or made you crawfish bisque, they really love you because the amount of work that goes into crawfish bisque is it's very tedious and it's a long process. I don't love nobody that much to make crawfish bisque. I don't love myself enough to make crawfish bisque. If somebody needs help in the kitchen, absolutely will help. But I have done that process at least 7 to 10 times that I know I'm not interested in getting in the kitchen to make that. I'll make you pasta. I'll make stuffed peppers. And my stuffed peppers have a long lasting taste to it because of how I make it. And people always ask for them around holiday time. But I'm telling you, crawfish bisque, I don't like nobody. I don't love nobody. I don't want to be in relationship or love with nobody that's going to require me to make no crawfish bisque. It is entirely too much of a process. And for those of you who are going to be going into the kitchen to do that this Easter, let me know what you cooking because I'm coming over to eat something. I'm not gonna do it myself. We're gonna take this break. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Looking at another day of being very warm and muggy with another chance for some afternoon showers as we approach about noon to 6 p.m. That's when we'll see the heaviest amount of rain. And then as far as temperatures go for today, 81 to 83. For tonight, showers should come to an end. We'll see lows 63 to 68. And then for tomorrow, a little less rain coverage, but still going to see some scattered showers. Highs 81 to 83. Still watching for showers and storms on Easter. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify Black voices and the New Orleans culture.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month from the community scientist and Rise St. James. This month's focus is polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs, formed when fuels like oil, gas, wood, or trash are burned. These chemicals can enter the air we breathe and settle into our soil and water. Many PAHs are known carcinogens, adding to the health burdens faced by communities living near industry. Learn how to protect your health at risestjames.org.
New Orleans, the city of festivals and second chances. This is Mr. Rocky of Faithers in Jesus the Christ, inviting everyone to come to the table of grace. No matter where you are or what you're dealing with, guilt, bad habits, mistakes, or heavy hearts, Jesus still calls us his friend, and his grace is waiting for us. Tune in to WBOK, 12:30 a.m., or watch live on Facebook or Instagram. We'll reflect on his work on the cross, his resurrection, his ascension, and the hope of his return for we who that believe and have received him by faith. So join us at the table of grace, where mercy is fresh, forgiveness is real, and grace is served for people like you and me.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. We got snacks coming. I'm so excited. To be excited about food and do a dance, I'm telling you, is probably a whole activity that most people don't get. When people bring my food to the table, I do a dance. I don't choreograph the dance. It is not a conscious thought. I'm just happy to have my food at the table. So knowing that I have some snacks coming, especially because I did not eat breakfast this morning, did not make good choices. But I know that my root beer and my sour cream and cheddar potato chips are on the way. Here we are. It is April Fool's Day, and ain't nothing funny. But I still hope that we're going to, the kids will get a chance to celebrate on today. I hope nobody does the I'm pregnant joke. That's never funny for people who do that. And don't, make the jokes lighthearted, because we got enough stuff going on that we don't need to be spazzing out, because there's enough crazy things going on in the world. Let's see, what are y'all saying? Yes, Cam, again, I am a certified foodie. I love food. I'm not a big sweets eater, even though I was when I was younger. But food, oh my God, the care with which people take to make food, it's wonderful. Let's see. It said, I told a server at a restaurant that a side item of fried battered cauliflower was a lot. Next 2 times I went, it was downsized. Felt like it's not worth my $5 anymore. Well, sometimes say nothing. Put it into Go Box and go home and leave it as that. Uh, let's see. Cam says, "Oh, so Mark, please stop doing that. That makes your heart overwork." He says that he eats until he's miserable, but he does it to himself every time. That causes your heart to overwork to get your stomach and everything else in order. So if you can, stop doing that. That's giving your body some undue stress that it definitely mean doesn't need. And then Ed said, make sure that that you park at the farthest spot of the parking lot to walk some food off. Even then, it's not enough. That's not enough. And yes, Mark, listen to Ethel. She knows. She be knowing what a good eats are, what a good food is. And because we have festivals coming up, I talked to Gerald yesterday at Ty Nola, and he's going to be out at the festivals. Of course, Cody's friends of Cody's are going to be out there. I'm looking for of um, all of the food places. Yesterday we were talking about things to eat at a festival. Why y'all ain't say mango freeze to the last hour? Everybody goes to see where the mango freeze is gonna be sold at multiple locations. Like that is a staple.
Did they even get the number one answer?
What was the
How
number
could
one
they
answer
not get
yesterday?
the number one answer?
I don't remember if anybody got the number one answer, but funnel cake. I mean, yeah, at fairs, but not necessarily New Orleans festivals. I mean, they have them, but not necessarily at a New Orleans festival. Soft shell crab. I've never had it before, but yeah, I know they sell those. So that didn't get on the list. Let's see. Mark, that was your first time hearing about mango freeze. What?
It's always been there though. Like my whole life.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Pretty much the Nationals festival, mango freeze is gonna always be there. Them, and maybe like Plum Street, Snowballs. We look for those. So Snowballs wasn't wrong, but I don't go to a festival to look for a snowball. I tend to just go and I tend to just go and whoever has the snowballs, it's
if
whatever.
I see it, be like, oh, there's a snowball.
Yeah.
But I don't be like, where is the snowball? As soon as I get in the gate, no.
No, I look for mango freeze. When I go to Jazz Fest, I go for those pecans that Big Wally has with the glazed pecans. Those things are so delicious, and I always appreciate being able to go and get those glazed pecans from Jazz Fest. And I probably shouldn't wait till Jazz Fest to get them, but they're hand food. You know, you go and pick up your hand food when you go to festivals. 504-582-9422. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning, Precious. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Sitting here, looking out my front door, watching the streets get tore up.
The streets are getting torn up. What's going on?
They putting down pipe and all that stuff. But Kimber, they've been doing this for the past 3 months.
I feel like New Orleans streets have been worked on all my life.
For real, that one.
Yeah,
because this is ridiculous. You have to go.
Happening all my life.
You got to go up the one-way street. You got to be careful of that because you got to be careful of somebody swinging around the corner, running the stop sign. And it's just crazy. And they start at like 6:30 in the morning, 7. And all you hear is cut, 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 cut. I mean, man. But you know what? That's not going to destroy my joy. But after a while, I don't know if you feel like this, but sometimes when I keep hearing certain sounds in my ears, It bugs me. Maybe I'm ADHD and I don't know about it.
Oh, you just don't like that sound?
I don't like that sound, but I don't like repetitive sounds. That just keeps the same thing going on. Bam, bam, bam. It's like you can't break away from it. It stays in your ear. I don't. Ooh, that really bugs me to pieces. But I was calling to say hello to you, and I've been enjoying you. You guys been holding down the show and everything like you always do, but just enjoying. And when I hear you go to a certain place and space, I said, "Oh, I think I know Kimba a little bit more now."
I'm really an easy person to learn, and the things that I say, people often think I'm saying in jest. No, when I say that I like these things or I don't like these things, I'm not being
right.
I'm not being elusive. I'm literally giving you the playbook of the things that I like and don't like, and still people miss the mark with that. But it is what it is.
But I will just put it like this. I picked up on some things that this past week and this week that you were talking about, and I feel where you're coming from. So all respect to you, sister. I feel where you're coming from. And the other thing is that please, when I tell you, don't come at me. When I tell you that, because once I shut down and I get quiet, it can get really, really serious.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been trying to pray more about that. God, just hold my hands, hold my tongue, because I'm fixing to tell this person something. Mm-hmm. And that's not the word I want to use. But I'm tired of, and I had to tell this person again, just yesterday, look, we ran into them at the store, and here they come up in my face. Oh, yeah. Look. No, look, let's change aisles, okay? I'm gone. Just leave me the hell alone. Don't mess with me. Go straight to hell.
Yeah, go to hell. Go to hell works very good. You can say go to hell as you walk off too, Pam.
Oh, and I did, but I put a couple of other things before go to hell. So I just wanted to tell you, you helped me calm down a lot, because when you're talking, I said, damn, that's me. That's what the hell?
We're all learning how to be in the space, honor ourselves without letting other people cause chaos and havoc in our spaces. So if I'm helping, I'm glad.
Right, and you are. Because don't come telling me, you got an attitude and this, that, and the third. Baby, I'm going on 65 years old. I'll tell you some things my mother used to tell people, and you won't even understand it. Get out of my face.
Period.
But thank you, Kimba.
You're welcome. Good talking to you,
Thank
Pam.
you.
You're listening to The Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. We're going to take this break. We're going to see you on the other side of it.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Brandy Rihanna Norwood now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Seeing the stars on the Walk of Fame lit something in me. It made me believe. It made me affirm over my own life. I'm gonna sing my way onto one of these stars.
Her debut memoir, Phases, is now available wherever books are sold. Black Michigan Congressman John James was booed by fellow Republicans at the state GOP convention over the weekend. Reproductive Freedom for All's Shanae Watson-Whitaker said Black maternal death rates remain high and warned John James would cut healthcare access. And the Chicago Bulls have released guard Jaden Ivey following anti-LGBTQ remarks posted online. The former Pistons first-round pick criticized Pride Month in an Instagram video, leading to his dismissal less than 2 months after joining Chicago. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What we want to be talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. And if you're just joining us, we have talked about all kind of stuff. We have talked about Jaden Ivey, that lost his job. Seemed like he might have lost his wife and his mind. I don't know. And also, we've been talking about festival foods. I love festivals. I didn't always like to be outside, but I do. I enjoy the warmth of the sun being outside. I just wish that, like, everybody didn't decide they needed no clothes just because the sun was out, because y'all be wearing me out sometimes. Mardi Gras was hot, but the captain's hats, the sequins booty shorts that didn't really cover the booties was a lot. I am tired of these peekaboo booty skirts. Because while I understand entertainers wear them in their videos and in concerts, but those people are actually on stage. Stage. If you're not the artist that's coming on stage in order for you to be so scantily clad, and I like me a good naked outfit, so let me not sound super judgy, but all the time we gotta see your booty. I don't want to see your booty. And yeah, we got snacks. But all the time I gotta see your behind. Please put some of that up. Please. I don't want to see it. I got my own booty. And I don't even peekaboo my booty out. You know what I'm saying? And again, I love me a midriff shirt. I like short shorts, actually. I like to wear my back out, all of that stuff. But can we stop seeing y'all go in your cheeks, please? I would like to stop being inundated and assaulted with my eyes. Cause please stop. Please, pretty please. I'm over it. And I think I'm pretty sex positive. So I hope I'm not sounding like super like the old lady, but sometimes, my God, please. And it's getting bad to the point that people are starting to put dress code requirements at the rodeo. Then people started seeing y'all booty cheeks. And it's not just one particular race or culture of people, because white girls with no booty, they be showing their backs. Or their back sides. I saw this girl, this white girl, she was a group of black girls. Flat, just like this wall, but she had on her peekaboo back shorts on. And I was like, this just isn't necessary. It just isn't. It's not necessary. We don't have to always see your booty and your go-go. Where's the allure? Where is the allure? Where is the, I wonder what she got on under there. And again, y'all gonna see some outfits. I am a plunge neckline girl. I am a back out girl. I'm not so much a booty short girl, but I like to wear tight stuff. But why I gotta keep seeing the black of your behind? Please put it away. Thank you. 504-582-9422. What up, Josh?
Morning, what's happening?
How you doing? Wow.
Hey, man, listen, don't kill the fun for us. Just because you conservative.
I'm not conservative though, but I feel like I've seen the scrunched up faces of men, because some of them booties don't be bootying.
I ain't gonna let the bad booties make it up for the good booties though.
Can we go no
I'm not
booties?
gonna let that happen. There's still some good booties out there that need to be seen.
Can we bring back the peep shows?
The peep show?
Yeah, like you pay your quarter and you see
Oh, no,
all the
that's
booty you
not
want,
it. No.
and then you go about your business. Because I don't want to see it.
What you want next? Playboy magazines? No, we passed that now.
Playboy magazine isn't out anymore?
I don't know. But I'm guessing that's like a throwback. That's a relic.
Do they still have nudie magazines?
If they do, that person holding on. And I want to know. I don't care about the business. I want to know who's keeping them in business.
You know, there's somebody who still needs to touch and feel. Because like I was talking about the book yesterday that I'm reading. I went to go get the actual book so I could turn the pages. So there's somebody somewhere that needs to touch the pages.
Mm-hmm. Well, them pages are stuck together now.
Or maybe they don't want their browser history to be cleared out. Because, you know.
At least get an animated book. Like you one of them books that you could flick real fast and be animated. You could see some movement.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at still shots, I'm looking at you differently. I'd rather you just have this full-fledged porn and all that. I'm looking at you differently looking at still shots. Different.
I don't know. I mean, people get to use their imaginations. And again, some people need to touch the pages.
Maybe so. I have evolved. I'm sorry. I have evolved.
Your browser history dirty now.
Yeah, you don't want to listen. That's the first thing they got to do. If I die, throw my phone away.
Not throw your phone
throw
away.
It, burn it. Drive down to New Orleans and throw it into the Pontchartrain Lake. Don't go through that thing. You don't want to do this. You're going to look at me differently. Please don't. I got kids.
That
don't
is
do this.
funny. That is
so,
funny.
Yeah, I don't mess it up for the really good. That's the best part about when it's warming up.
I know y'all like the sundresses, but why we got to see the peekaboo booties?
I think sundress too. Sundress from someone that's like top heavy too. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I had bigger boobies, y'all be sick of seeing them.
Bruh,
I tell you no lie.
Top heavy sundresses. That's top tip.
Yeah.
That's I don't care what size you are. That's top tip. You winning. You winning with me, man. You got them things like shiny too. You winning. You winning with me. So yeah, nah. This is my favorite time of year right here.
Lord have mercy. I'm over the peekaboo booty shorts because all the booties ain't bootying, and some of them booties be boo.
Yeah, you hard on them. I'm not that hard on them. I ain't that hard on them, Kim. I'm gonna give them a little bit of grace.
Okay.
Everybody can't go and do squats. Everybody can't go and do.
They can do something.
Leg curls.
They can do something.
And then everybody's driving now, so nobody's walking. So when you're not, walking back in the 90s, everyone didn't have a car, so walking was the thing to do.
Well,
so
I walk.
Everyone's driving now.
I walk.
Yeah, but that's a choice you do. Back in the 90s, you had to walk.
Yeah.
Like I said, everyone didn't have vehicles. And you didn't mind it. We grew up walking. You walk to the store with your mom. That was a power walk. My mom didn't walk no less than 19 miles an hour. So
not 19 miles.
Yes, I could not keep up with that lady when I was walking. So that was a power walk. Then you got out of school. Sometimes you walk from school to Canal Street because you're conversating and you just enjoying it.
Yeah.
You walk that way, so that's why back then the booties was better. But now they getting calls at 15 years old.
Wait, now
you ain't even walking on Canal Street. You go on Canal Street after 3:00 now. Then not that many kids in sight.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Yeah. Ain't that many kids in sight. So I'm gonna give them a little grace because I understand that it's different time period now, and everybody ain't gonna be right. They won't be right, but you need to mind your own booty business. So what happened to that NBA player when he tried go into a realm that had nothing to do with him?
Well, I think he was trash on the court. I don't think he got fired just because.
You got to be trash. You got to be trash if they let you go like that.
Yeah.
Like if Steph Curry or LeBron said that, it wouldn't happen.
Right. and they haven't said it. They haven't. They stay in
No,
like you said. They mind their own business. And if more
mind your
people
business,
would
bro.
mind their own business, you know,
Your life will be better.
life would be better, and we wouldn't be having all this craziness that's happening. In my
Yeah, but
opinion,
I grew up minding my business because sometimes when you in the business, you could get the business too.
that part.
Yeah, so I mind my business. They ain't got
Yes.
nothing to do with me. If I see two people fighting, that's all. Them two folk, man, I got to get to work. Always been like that since a kid. I ain't even try to watch fights. I'm good.
Right. Well, I think though people have gotten into this voyeurism, and they want to put everything on social media. They want to be the first ones to break the stories or break the news about stuff,
Yeah.
and you end up getting harmed that way.
Yeah, you get dealt with. You get dealt with. So I mind my business,
People
and
don't play
sometimes
with
you can
you
lose it.
with that kind of
You
stuff.
can lose a lot. Like, I don't understand his rant against gay people. It's not like they took something from him or they disrespected me in any kind of way. So why you felt the need to say, I just got to get out and say this? I'm like, nah, bro. Whenever you align with Boosie, like if Boosie agreed to anything you're saying, then you know you're saying the wrong thing.
Period. Because
When Lil Boosie said,
Boosie is only anti-gay when it's men. Because he all
Yeah.
right with two red bones kissing in the back seat. That's
yeah,
gay
which
too.
I concur. I don't have a problem with that either, but that's just another time for another day. But still in all, like you say, come on, bro. Boosie is the most hypocritical rapper. I just think that's the thing now. Every rapper is a hypocrite, and they get praised for being a hypocrite more than authentic.
Agreed.
So I just think that he's such a hypocrite, and I don't know why he don't wear shades. I don't know what's going on with his eyes. I don't know why his eyes has eczema like that. I don't know. It just looks like he just woke up every time.
He's diabetic if I'm not mistaken.
He's sick. He's
And
sick,
he
and
may
he's trying
have
to be
some
tough.
kidney disease as a result of it, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I do know for a fact that he is diabetic. And
Yeah, you can't be a thug if you're sugar low. Who? You can't be no thug out here, man. You can't do a drive-by without getting your medication and stuff like that. Or your sugar low, you can't shoot nobody because you're too weak to hold a gun. You can't be no thug, sir.
Josh.
I'm just saying. They should have criteria to be a thug like that. He doesn't fit the bill. He doesn't fit the bill. So, but yeah, don't do that to our little booties that try. Let me and Mark have our fun.
I want y'all to have your fun. I just am tired of getting inundated by the doggone. It's just like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't pay for that. Go ahead. I know. Thank you.
Just look up, Kimber. Look up and go where you got to go now. You don't have to look down. Look up. Look up. Go where you need to go. Got nothing to do with you. If I'm in a spot where I see a bunch of dudes with gray jogging pants, I'm looking up and moving on. I'm not standing there. This is not for me.
Yes, fellas, and a word to the wise: if you have not been in the gym or you are not health conscious, please leave your tank top, your wife beater, and your gray jogging pants at home. I don't want to see that, and we're gonna talk about you.
It's a wet T-shirt contest. It's a wet T-shirt. I saw something like Johnny Gill had a shirt on and it was zipped down to his belly button, and he had bosom. I'm like, bro, I'm not. Zip that up, Johnny. If you got cleavage, sir, the days of wearing that type of clothing is over with. You got cleavage now, sir. Come on now.
Well, he's still trying to rub somebody the right way. I hate
No,
that video.
You need to stop doing that. No, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to sneak a peek now. You put that up, Johnny. Thinking that's a real one. Put it up. Put it up.
I
So
cannot with you.
We just need a lot of real talk out here in these streets. A lot of real talk. Get everybody together. Like, come on, man. Get yourself together now.
Go see about yourself. Because the Front Porch has been telling y'all to go see about yourself for quite some time.
See about yourself or go to hell.
Yes.
One or the other. That's been told to you.
Yeah.
So that dude, that NBA dude, he don't have no type of, I guess, father figure in his life or peer that he looks up to, because he just went off the cuff. And like, bro, you understand that there's nothing for you to do at your height in this world but what you're doing now. So why you gonna mess up the one good thing that you did do. Even if you wasn't that
Messing up
good,
your revenue source. You
that's what I'm saying.
weirdo.
You're not going to make this kind of money for that no more. You're done. You're done. This is the most money you'll make in your life. Why would you want to mess it? I just found it just idiotic. Like, yo, I'm not going to do nothing to go stop my food. Like, especially if they haven't done me nothing. If they did me something, I'm going to still just go to that one specific person.
Right.
I'm not going to attack the whole crew. That one specific person.
And right now, the straights are not doing a good job. So why you messing with the queers? Leave people alone.
Leave them alone, man. Leave them alone, bro. Them dudes don't ain't bothering nobody. They be in the only world. They announce when they got their parade. When they got their parade, don't go down there.
Right.
Give them that.
Right. What you doing? Stay from around there. What you doing
Don't
around
go
there?
around there. Yeah. If you go around there, then I'm like, okay, you curious. Leave them people alone. If they're on their bikes, riding through the French Quarter, that's not your day, sir. That's not my day. Everybody gets a day. And actually, it's unfair because we heterosexual, we get like 340 of them.
You get all of the days.
All of the days. They get few days.
Josh, based on the news, as much as the straights get all the days, stop assuming everybody is straight because we just saw Christy Noam's husband is a cross-dresser.
Man, boy, sitting there going to these council meetings or going to the Senate with vibrators and butt plugs and stuff. Why the suit is on? Come on, man. Talking about how you don't like gay people. You
are the gay people.
That's what I'm saying. That's self-hate, sir.
You are the gay people. Knock it off.
Then you get mad because you are gay. I'm mad because I am gay. What kind of
foolishness is that?
So, man, leave them folks alone, bro. Them folks don't do nothing to you. Don't do nothing to them. They don't do nothing to you.
At all. At all.
And it's really one-sided because the gay men get all. Like, the gay women don't really get no pushback.
Yeah, and don't you find that odd? Don't you find that odd? Because you hear about people having conversations about, oh, I tried that one time when I was in college, but...
And they still accept it. Yeah, there's no blemish on their record.
At all. So then if a man tries it, then you forever
done for
gay.
Life, sir. Yeah, you done for life. You are done for life. If you did anything sissy or gay, you done for life, sir.
But make that make sense to me, Josh. That doesn't make a lick of sense.
I don't try to understand it, Kim. It's not my world. So I don't even try to understand it. I know that it's just one-sided. It's double standard.
It's
one-sided.
It is dumb.
And I don't. That's on them. I don't try to dig deep into that mental mind frame because, that's curiosity. And curiosity can get you pregnant. So try to get you pregnant.
Sir,
I don't think they could.
I was good with you until that. Good evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Josh. Not being curious to get you pregnant. You was disgusting. 504-582-9422. What up, Pam?
Hey, Kimber, I wanted to ask you this.
Yes.
Now, we were talking about the booty shorts and stuff like that.
Yes.
But, Kimber, when you go to festivals and what just makes me go, all right. When you are out there, and you might be out there with all your girls and stuff, and a lot of them may have really fine bodies and stuff like that, but you're the biggest one there. And your stomach actually looks like a booty.
Yikes.
That should be behind you. But you got these things cut off up there, all them stretch marks and stuff like that. But you got more booty in the front than you got in the back.
My husband calls it a biff.
A who?
A biff.
B-I-F-F?
B-I-F. A booty in the front.
Ah! Go ahead, Mr. Dupree. You called it.
He calls it a biff. So,
it's wild to me. I said, damn, if she could move that to the back, she'd be fine as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm not about women. I'm strictly man, about a man.
Oh. It is what it is, Pam. It is what it is. But we got to take this break here.
All right, baby.
All right. Talk
bye-bye.
to you later. My Lord, I have started something. You're listening to The Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Alrighty, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, a giant leap toward lunar landing. The historic mission set for takeoff tonight, sending humans farther than ever before and launching a new era of space exploration.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7, 2026. The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
what New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared Bro. It is Bad Churn Wednesday, and it is April 1st, April Fool's Day. Not a good day to get married. Not a good day. Because who the fool? Both of y'all. Both of y'all the fool. And I see y'all in these comments. Y'all are cutting the fool, cutting up. And about these booty shorts, I have seen a big belly, big booty, and a big booty boy in skinny jeans. I have. Sagging skinny jeans don't make any sense to me. Having the need to hold your pants up while they're tapered around your ankle makes no sense to me at all. Not at all. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it works at all. And the women who have the booty in the front or the biff, it's an interesting sight, a very interesting sight. 504-582-9422. Hello, Elwin.
Hello, Kim. I'm at the Walmart.
You said what now?
I'm at the Walmart.
Oh, what are you getting from Walmart?
I don't think anything right now, but how you doing anyway?
I'm better now that I have my Barks and my cheddar and sour cream potato chips. Everything is good.
Hey, you drink coffee, right?
Periodically. I used to drink coffee every day, but I don't drink coffee as frequently anymore.
Well, I used to drink coffee with my grandmother when I was young. So it got me in the habit of drinking coffee.
Oh.
But I don't drink it every day either. But so what you gonna do for the rest of the day after you get off?
After I get off, I have class to teach. I have my students at BE Academy. I teach Algebra 1. And so I'll teach that this afternoon. And then I will probably go and get some lunch or something. And then I have a student to work with this evening as well.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. There's never a dull moment with me.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Well, as my ex-brother-in-law used to say, it was never a dull moment when I was around.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a dull moment. You should be living your life to the absolute fullest.
Of course, my brother-in-law was kind of strange himself, but that's another story.
Okay.
Anyway, I have no comment on the subject you're talking about.
Which one? There's been a lot of subjects.
Well, the shorts.
Okay. The booty shorts?
Okay. Yes. I have no comment on that.
Sound like you have a comment on it, but okay.
No, I don't.
You don't have an opinion?
No opinion on it because I don't want to get in trouble.
I mean, you say what you want to. This the porch.
Yeah, but, some things you can't, some things you like to say, but you can't say.
Yes, you can. This is the front porch. You say what you want to say.
Well, I think all ladies look good. I think all ladies look good in that, but, that's just my opinion about it.
Okay.
I mean, I have no look on the other subject you was talking about with the guys going to the other side.
Guys going to what other side? What guy are you talking about, Elwin?
Guys going on to the other side that wants to be like
other side. What do you mean by that? Are they traveling to another country or are they going to, are they traveling out of space? What do you mean other side?
No. What I mean is the gay side.
The what?
The gay side.
There's no side. There's no side.
Oh, well.
Do you travel to the straight side? How does that work?
Well, I mean, I'll say to the other side because I'm having more respect for them than I would normally give them.
And why? These are humans. Do you want people to be disrespectful to you as a human? I don't understand that. See, that's the conversation that I constantly want people to flesh out and hear. I want y'all to hear what you're saying. I want you to hear what you're saying. They're going to a side. Does that make them not human?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make them not.
Wait a minute, Elwin. What gives you or what has the authority to say that they're on a side? If they're still human, what side are they traveling to?
Well, let's say it this way. They don't, how can I put it respectively? They're not wants to be the female to go after the
That is
female.
very inaccurate because if a person is gay, queer, whether it's a man or a woman who likes women has not turned into nor does she desire to be a man. She's just a woman who's interested in women. So that's what I'm asking you or challenging you on going to another side. What does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything because what you're saying is nonsensical.
Well, I mean, look, what I'm saying is it's complicated for me to put it to you the way I want to put it. But in other words, as my mama used to say, they're switch hitters.
What?
They're switch hitters.
What does that even mean?
Meaning they don't hit from the male side. They want to hit from the other side.
So what you're saying to me that a man who has sex with a man is no longer a man. They're a woman because they have sex with men. That doesn't make any sense. That science doesn't even align with what you're saying, Elwin. And I really, really want you to reframe and rethink about what it is you're saying. Right now you sound like a bigot.
I'm not a bigot.
But that's what that sounds like.
No, I'm not a bigot.
It sounds like you're a bigot.
Let me say it this way. I was raised one way, and the way I was raised, that's the way I am.
And so what you're saying is what you have been indoctrinated and told your whole life, you have no authority over your adult life to make any different decisions, even though you've been presented with other information. That's what you're saying to me.
No, what I'm saying is I'm one way, and that's the way I'm going to stay until I leave this place.
So what you're saying is that you're willfully choosing to be bigoted, in your thinking, rather than consider that your thinking and things that you have been told may not be accurate. That's weird, Elwin. I'm disappointed.
Well, I mean, look, it may be weird, but that's the way I would,
And
my
what
father
you're saying
didn't allow
is that you're unwilling to grow outside of the one thing that you've been told. And that's just pretty disappointing, Elwin. I thought you were better than that.
Well, listen to this. Okay, let me say it this way. My father raised us as men. Okay? And he didn't allow that in his home.
Your daddy, is he still with us?
No.
So
but
what you're saying that your dad who is now passed on gave you a sense of thinking that you are unwilling to challenge even in his death. What you're saying is that you're going to hold on to a way of thinking that you now have been presented with additional information. You're holding on to that way of thinking just because that's what you are. And again, sounds like you're a bigot, Elwin.
Well, no, I don't have anything against those people. No, I don't. I don't
Just
have
you
anything
saying what
against
you
them.
just said is a direct contradiction to what you're trying to say. You say you don't have
No.
anything to do with those people. You sound like a bigot. And I'm disappointed, Elwin.
Well, you're probably disappointed. Look, Kim, I'll say, okay, let me put it to you another way.
I'm listening.
I was raised as a man. I'm going to die as a man.
And what about gay men doesn't make them men? You still haven't answered that, because because somebody engages in same-sex behavior does not make them less of a man. And what you're saying also can also be contradicted, that people who pick on and pick with gay men and turn around and get their ass whooped by a gay man now makes you a broad and not them. So I really want you to reconsider what it is that you're saying, because if that gay man whoops your ass, you the girl now, by way of your thinking.
Look, when I was coming up, it was against the law to be that way. I mean, guys would beat guys that was like that. I mean, look, I had 3 brothers that was like that, and
You had
one is
3
still
brothers
living.
that were gay?
Yeah, I had 3. Look, 2 brothers of mine are dead because of that.
They died because they were gay, or they died because they got AIDS?
They got because they got AIDS.
And
then
AIDS is
that
not
way.
directed on your gender, Elwin.
Okay. Well, no, but I'm saying this, all right? They died that way because they was like that all their life.
And
okay?
that was not the reason they died. They died because they contracted a disease.
AIDS.
But Elwin,
Right.
straight people get that same disease too, baby.
Well,
So then are they
no,
gay
I
now?
know.
Are there less of men because they got AIDS? I mean, what you're saying just doesn't make any sense.
No, but I'm saying, well, I mean, it's how can I get myself out of this?
You can't, because what you're saying is bigoted, and you sound like a bigot. I mean, there's no way you're gonna beat those allegations right now. That you sound like a bigot, and I'm disappointed.
No, I'm not
Yes.
a bigot. I'm just saying that I'm not that way, and I'll never be that way.
And nobody's asking you to be. That's
Okay.
the thing.
But-
Nobody's
but
asking
those
you
who-
to.
Okay, but those who like that, personally, I don't have nothing against it.
Yeah, you
as long
do.
as they don't approach. No,
Stop
as long as they
saying
don't
it. Stop
approach
leading
me
with
with
that.
it.
You do have something against it, because your need to separate yourself from it, especially now knowing that you have brothers that were queer, is even more so injurious, because I would think that you would have more compassion to your siblings. They didn't die because they were gay. They died because they got a disease that causes death. And so you framing it saying that, I like people who lead with, I like those people. They okay. No, you don't like those people, and you're willing to hang on to that idea. And so again, I'm pretty disappointed, because I thought you would expand your thinking. I love you still, but I'm disappointed to know that that is your approach.
Well, I mean, look, everybody got. Well, that's why I didn't want to get into this, because I knew it would be controversial with me. Okay, I know it would, but I just say it this way. I'm just glad I'm not them.
I'm sure they're glad you're not a part of that community too, Elwin, because you have to have a pretty strong constitution to stand up and say, this is who I am, knowing that other people are going to pass judgment and have issue. So I hope that in the time you have left on this earth, you find a different approach or a different way to view things. But as of right now, like I said, I'm pretty disappointed, Elwin.
Well, I mean, look, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would say it this way. That's not my agenda. That's not my agenda.
And I don't think anybody invited you to have that on and or as your agenda, Elwin. That's the whole point. If I offered you something that you don't like to eat, what would you say?
I don't want it.
Exactly. And in this particular case, same thing. I don't want that. And go on about your day. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You can mind your business and let them people live their lives. And that's not what you want. You don't want to, you don't have to. Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, I don't have no problem with it. I have no problem with it at all.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, Kim.
Bye, Owen. Talk to you later. Yeah, all 2026, I want y'all to explain your opinions. I do. So that I can go ahead and make the idea of either you're a bigot or you're a racist or you're a homophobe or you are misogynist or like whatever label that I need to attach to you. Still, I still love you. I disagree. And your way of thinking is ridiculous. And so, yeah, I'm always open to have the conversations with people who are willing to continue the conversation, because I will give this to Elwin. He did not tap out and he didn't backpedal and he didn't try to, he expressed how he felt. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just here to challenge some of the old ways of thinking, because if you were taught one thing and you found out that that doesn't work anymore, why continue that thing on? I don't know. And Mark, I hear you about the generational thing with Elwin. I know older people who have made, who have at least heard the conversations and have changed their view. Still don't agree with it. They still don't agree with it, but they've changed their view in the fact that it ain't really your business. And who are you? Who gave you the authority to start telling people how they need to live their lives? I'm more upset that y'all not mad about these Epstein files where these people have been having sex with children, where you supported Bill Cosby, where he was drugging women. Diddy, drugging people. But y'all celebrate that. And that makes y'all bad people. It makes you bad people. And I'm not giving nobody who's old enough to make decisions of themselves, for themselves, any passes. Y'all know what you're doing. You know better. So take that lick and keep it pushing. And with that, you listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Looking at another day of being very warm and muggy, with another chance for some afternoon showers as we approach about noon to 6 p.m. That's when we'll see the heaviest amount of rain. And then as far as temperatures go for today, 81 to 83. For tonight, showers should come to an end. We'll see lows 63 to 68. And then for tomorrow, a little less rain coverage, but still going to see some scattered showers. Highs 81 to 83. Still watching for showers and storms on Easter. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Norman Robinson is back. Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch. You're on the front porch.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. Listen, I am open for conversation. We can have discussion around it. I don't always get things right. I am not always right in my opinion, but I always see things fairly. Even if I don't like the people, I see things fairly. And sometimes some stuff just ain't your business. Normalize recognizing when something is not your business. And we'll all be happier for it. The number here is 504-582-9422. I think we were talking about what we're going to be eating for Easter, or at least I talked about what I wasn't going to be cooking for Easter. But I'm curious, what are y'all cooking for Easter? What y'all eating for Easter? I know for the next several days, my diet will have a consistent flow of crawfish. Tomorrow, crawfish. Friday, crawfish and probably some crabs. Saturday, crawfish again. Sunday, I don't know, but I'm curious. What y'all cooking this holiday season, and what y'all eating this holiday season? Cause I'm gonna be somewhere really, really eating until I'm tired. Not maybe till I pass out, but definitely until I'm tired with crawfish. Click, pop, pull. Click, pop, pull. That's all I'm gonna be doing. And I had some crawfish. When was this? Sunday, and the claws were big. So then I even popped open the claws and ate them. Those were delicious. I didn't buy them, but they were tasty. They were very tasty. I think I might bring me a to-go container because I feel like I'm gonna eat crawfish every day leading up to Sunday, every single day. Uh, Again, for those of you who just are joining us, Jazz's service will be at St. Leo the Great. The viewing from 9 to 11, service starting at 11, and it's going to be Saturday, April 11th. For those of you who have been curious about when that will be taking place. So, yeah. Josh, I can't call Jada Pinkett a pedophile because I think the little boy was 19. And like y'all like to argue about the girl on OnlyFans, she was 19. She was an adult. So he was an adult. I don't really know what more I can say about that one. Legally, he was an adult. He was what was that boy's name? The one she had the situationship with? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Mark. I saw this too. So Mark says, I saw an interview with Brandy where the interviewer asked her about her relationship with Wanye from Boys to Men. She said that she wanted to make it perfectly clear that she was a child and he was an adult. I have feelings about that statement, and I have feelings about that statement coming out now. I do think it needs to be addressed, but how I feel odd about this particular one. So, Brokenhearted was when she and Wanye were dating, but he was also dating Adina Howard at the same time. And if you don't know who Adina Howard was, freak like me. Go on a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, her. So that's a big contrast from dating Adina Howard to dating a 16-year-old. That I have conflict about in and of itself. Him being 22 and she sneaking. The long and short of it, yeah, he was the adult and she was the child. I have feelings about that, and I'm not sure. I haven't fleshed how I feel about that information coming out now. Him at 22, her at 16, still not a consensual relationship because she couldn't consent at 16, and that they had sex. I don't know what the motive is of releasing that information, but it's her story to tell. Hopefully he'll shut up. Hopefully he'll shut up, because once he starts talking, then it's going to unravel a ball of yarn that we all going to be looking at him sideways, which the information being out there that they dated in and of itself is sideways. And they dated, I think, from the time she was 16 to maybe until she was like 18 or 19. So y'all continued to date into her adulthood. So I haven't rationalized what my feelings are about that, but I have feelings about that. It's legally, from a legal standpoint, yeah, he committed a crime. 16 and 22, that's wrong. And that's the long and the short of it right now. But I have other feelings about that information. Brandy's family is a very odd group. King Sonia and Ray J, weird behaving, strange acting self. Yeah, that whole thing just seems strange, for lack of a better word. So yeah, Mark, I saw it. I just don't know. I know my thoughts are 16 and 22 crime. But Brandy is close to my age, so I'm trying to find out what is, other than for information, what is the goal behind sharing that right now? And considering how Brandy has been in the media, controversially, when she got pregnant with her first daughter, they pretended to be married. They did a whole special on it when she was going into labor and whatever. And the guy came out and was like, "No, we weren't married. I'm looking at you funny with that." And then that squeaky clean image that they've always tried to present with her, she had to go off the grid again because she killed somebody. I remember it was like a vehicular manslaughter or something. So no, there is no but. There is no but. It's a crime. 16 and 22, a crime. It's a crime. But I'm curious about the objective telling it now, because you could have been said something about it, but also you're saying something about it now. But it feels what's the word? It feels like a strategic move is trying to be made here. And I'm saying that as a woman who definitely advocates for women telling their stories. Just something feels a little off. I don't know. But it's her story and her right to tell that story. And if he knows better, he'll shut the hell up. Because it's always when people start explaining stuff that things start unraveling. And yeah, that's I don't know. I have to filter through what my feelings are and not my thoughts. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But that whole little family has, I mean, Ray J, he has like what, some sort of heart failure going on from the years of drinking and drugging, and then he stays in the mix. Either he's threatening somebody to fight them, or he is saying some wild, outlandish stuff. But even in that, is some truth to some of the stuff that he says as well. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in Wanye, but I also have questions about why now. That's just that was an odd move. I don't know. Maybe my thinking is wrong on that. If I am, please, by all means, you can give me a call, 504-582-9422. Yeah. Out the gate, though, just facts. 16 to 22 crime. But I think we were talking about Lil Boosie, Mark, earlier, and I wanted to tell you, Lil Boosie has type 1 diabetes. He's had it since childhood. He manages his condition with insulin, and he takes Lantus. Lantus. They have all of this on the on the computer. And so I know recently he wanted to travel to China to see if the sciences there could help him with his diabetes. And every time I see Boosie seems to be getting into more and more controversy over things that he should be minding his business about. And I concur with you, Mark. He is ignorant as all get out, but he's constantly rewarded for his poor behavior. So he has no reason at all to correct his behavior. So expect to be shocked and awed by more of the spewings of Boosie Badass. It's unfortunate, but it is where we live there. But yeah, type 1 diabetes is what he has. Again, he's had it since childhood, and it doesn't seem like he does a good job or his part to manage it. I used to like his music. He still has some bops, but I think he's an idiot. Like, and people who are hypocritical often make me angry. So there's that. It is what it is. In other news, I did want to talk about Kristi Noem's husband. We didn't talk about this yesterday, right? But all up and down my timeline, this was not on my bingo card. Her husband is a cross-dresser. A cross-dresser. From the same party that they said, the party of law and order, and we hate homosexuals and kill the trans and get the trans out of the military. And here you are taking it in the booty, sir. Like, what are we doing here? He's on a website, or he goes to a website where the people he engages with, they dress him up like a girl, like inflatable boobs and all. Sir, come on. Republicans, y'all been looking hypocritical, but y'all looking sassy. Very sassy. Did you see that, Jared? Did you see the report?
I heard about it. I just saw a picture of Kristi Noem and her husband, and then I turned it off. I was like, what? So here we are today. Yes, please speak about it.
Listen, hold up. Busty bit. Okay, this is what the Advocate says. Kristi Noem's husband accused of living a double life as busty bimbo cross-dressing fetish. Like boobs, inflated boobs. My God. So when Christians lean toward the Republican Party because they have air quote conservative views, does it include this? Does it include this? And this is where preachers start looking stupid, because y'all be going up for this kind of stuff, and only to find when the kids from Scooby-Doo take the mask off. Look at what we have here. That was not on my bingo card at all for this year. But I mean, nothing surprises me these days. I was delighted to laugh because every time I hear people who are anti-queer, oftentimes you protest too much. And oftentimes it's because you sitting there dressed up like a girl, all pretty and stuff. So there's that. You listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black interim CEO of Chicago Public Schools, Macklin King, is now the district's permanent leader.
I am both honored and humbled to accept the position of permanent superintendent CEO for Chicago Public Schools. It is a responsibility I carry with the weight of every student's future in mind.
She takes on a budget gap and a new board. A black man from Memphis, Tennessee has filed a federal civil rights complaint alleging police took an inappropriate photo of his deceased mother. LaMichael Wilson says the image appeared on her phone days after her death and violated her dignity. And actor Omar Gooding is recovering after a serious car accident that left him with a neck fracture. Gooding posted a video from the hospital saying he won't need surgery and credits his seatbelt and God with saving his life. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. Lord have mercy. Josh, you gonna leave me alone about these flowers. I'm gonna go find that pictures and repost it today. He said Wanye was the one Kimber cheated on with her husband by taking those flowers. She knew who she was too old for him. Listen, I think Wanye is older than me. Now that I think about it, I know he's a Leo. And that is very Leo behavior. Let's see, how old is he? He's 52. He's older than me. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. CPAC did blow up on Grinder at their last. Yeah, listen. This is the thing as it relates to this Kristi Noem, and Trump too. Because again, according to Hillary Clinton, the president is a throat goat. Based on the emails and the things that are being refused to be released, yeah, they said he got he could start a lawnmower. Yeah, they said the president is a throat goat. Anyway, these people who are out here saying things that are crazy. I don't like gay people. The trans people shouldn't serve in the military and all this other stuff. Only to find out y'all are closeted gays is insane. It is crazy to find out that the people who are doing all of this protesting about homosexuals and whatever is crazy. Crazy to me. What you said, you can call him a Libra, but Brandy calls him a cradle robber. I mean, he was an adult. She was a child. Period. Hard stop. She also was 16 and knew what she was doing. So much so that she was hiding it from her mother. But again, he was the adult and she was a child. Hard stop. So I can't go beyond that. And I'm not going to say or absolve Wanye of any of his responsibility because at 22, you knew better. She also knew better, but he knew better. And he was the adult in the situation and should have made different choices, but he did not. So here we are. And this is where the fallout is. I'm disappointed. Again, I'm disappointed. And that's the long and the short of it. Make better choices. And I do my best not to condemn or pass too much judgment. My hard line is having sex with children as an adult. Having sex with children as an adult, we can't do it. We cannot permit it. It's not okay. And those are where my lines are drawn. So, I don't know. Y'all might have some other feelings about it. And if you do, you can give me a call right here at 504-582-9422. Yeah, Paul, I do see how Johnson looks at Trump. He looks like he can't wait to snuggle under the covers with him. It's weird. It's an odd thing of display, and it's unfortunate that if that's who he is, he can't live in his truth because he's too busy pointing the finger at, look at all the gays. Sir, you too are the gays. It's crazy. Every time I hear straight people start picking at queer people for doing the same thing they're doing, it's insane. It's crazy. I cannot make any sense of it. I won't try to make any sense of it. Y'all are liars and hypocrites. And that's just the long and the short of the things. That's where we are. It's terrible that we are there, but a lot of this gets supported by rhetoric and rhetorical spewing of untruth by people who are religious zealots. That's the long and the short of it. What's the little baby who just lost his job, Jaden Ivey, for saying the same weird information? Like, just mind your business. That's an easy thing to do, especially if they're not causing harm to other people. Rule of thumb: is it bothering you? Is it harming somebody or harming somebody you care about? If the answer is no to two of those questions, then move on, move along. Mind yours. The children say, y'all still say mind yours, Jared? Y'all still say mind yours? Yeah, like mind your business. It's nobody else's. Um, if you're not participating, why you got to know about it? Why you got to know the details? I have friends and family who are queer. I don't think we've ever had a conversation of how do you have gay sex. I don't ever recall participating in a conversation about that. Not because it wouldn't be a riveting conversation. It just ain't my business. I mean, if I was looking for pointers how I can engage, I guess I would be having those conversations, but I don't have any I don't have any ideas of engaging. So let them people live the lives that they're living. Worry about your own soul, worry about your own booty hole and your other parts, and everybody will be fine. Everybody will be fine. Matter of fact, do people have conversations about sex in public? Like just generally, as much as we discuss LGBTQ things, do people sit down and talk about sex like in groups?
I would say if they do, it would be about gay people.
It like I remember in high school there was curiosity about sex, and the girls, we sat, the class I was telling y'all about where we used to have the group therapy. There was a girl in the group who had sex. So I remember having questions with her, like, so did it hurt? Or, like.
Was it in public?
We were in class.
In class.
Yeah. Well, now we weren't engaging the entire class.
Mhm.
We literally came to class and turned our desks to each other, and we had this three-way conversation. But, like, so tell us about it, that kind of conversation. Because I had interest, of course, of having sex. I had not had sex, so I'm there. I'm having a conversation with people, with a person who had sex. Multiple questions. But I had an interest in it. I don't know if anybody is having conversations about sex in general as adults, not at this big age. Because if you haven't had sex yet, okay. And if you have had sex, I hope you're having a good time. I mean, I don't know if,
because it wouldn't be your business.
Right. And I've heard some things in the group chat about experiences people have had, right? And some of it I found interesting, and some of it I was like, maybe this ain't for me, But at the end of it all, if you're having sex with somebody who was a consenting adult, that just ain't my business. I hope if you're having sex with somebody for the first time, I hope you use protection. And until y'all get tested and do all the stuff that say, we're going to be with each other, continue to get tested. That's pretty much the long and the short of how I feel about people seeing each other naked. I don't really know where else to go with that one. Like, I know during my age group, guys used to ask how many how many people have you slept with? And it's like, well, how many people did you sleep with? Because if it goes one way, it has to go the other. And I think the last time somebody asked me that, it was like, what's your body count? And I was like, in my attic or buried? Which one you want? Like, which one you want to know? And it's like, what? What are you asking me? And why is that of importance? I think it's very sophomoric or very juvenile to be having those conversations because, okay, let's say you have the conversation with somebody and you tell them how many people that they've been with and they give you a number that you're not expecting to get. Does that mean you're not trying to smash no more? 9 times out of 10, you still do. So I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's just the way my brain works, but I think that's an odd thing. Do y'all do young people question each other about how many people they've had sex with? Jared, is that a question now that young people ask each other how many people you had sex with?
I think, yeah, that's been the question. Like, they'll ask, what is your body count?
But after you get an answer to that question, then what's the next move? Is it that you're turned off and you don't want to have sex with that person?
I don't know why people would ask it, because are you trying to be a part of the number or what's going on?
Like if it's 100, you want to be 101. I mean, what is the purpose behind that question? And I've never really understood that. And yeah, mind your own parts unless you trying to go over that. And when we start having these discussions, that's often my thought is it like that you're trying to add yourself to the roster? I don't know.
Maybe that's something they have to ask themselves. But maybe that's something they have to ask themselves, because sometimes, we already have experience. Some people be confused.
I often find it's the people with the most insecurity about their sexuality that always want to engage in those conversations, like in the way of saying, trying to laud that over other people. They're looking for a number, because if you say 3 or if you say 10, it's still going to be some judgment, I'm assuming.
There's always going to be too much.
Right. So, I mean, you're asking the question for why. Are you saying that you're not interested in having sex with that person anymore after you ask and they give you the number? I mean, I would give a high number just to see what you say. I don't know. Maybe y'all can explain this to me. And the number here is 504-582-9422. Y'all are rolling in these comments. I will address them after we take this break. But you're listening to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
Alrighty, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, a giant leap toward lunar landing. The historic mission set for takeoff tonight, sending humans farther than ever before and launching a new era of space exploration.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Young black entrepreneur Dion Nicholas founded agentic AI company Forethought in 2017 to try to make AI used for customer service more user-friendly. Nicholas refers to it as human-centered AI.
Customers are getting their questions answered faster, and they're actually seeing an even better experience in many cases than when interacting with a human agent. So this idea of, hey, I just want to press 0 and talk to a human is actually a thing of the past when it comes to agentic AI.
That's Nicholas on Bloomberg Television. The company so far has done well enough that it caught the attention of the much larger firm Zendesk, which decided to acquire Forethought. Tom Eggemeyer is CEO of Zendesk and spoke to Bloomberg about why Forethought aligns with his company's vision for agentic AI.
A lot of companies are just trying to get deflections, get the customer not talking to them. Forethought is exactly what Zendesk is trying to do. We're really symbiotic here. We're trying to resolve the customer's issues.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
This is Monica Pierre along with Sally Ann Roberts Daybone, co-host of Your Power is On.
Tune in Sunday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for music that feeds the spirit. Get your Sunday on.
Right here on WBOK 1230 AM and WBOK1230.com, the station you listen to all day long.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. You're on the front porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree. And on the other side of the glass is Jared. And of course, it is Bad Churn Wednesday. So on the line, I got good morning to Dr. Mark Allen Derry. How are you today?
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I am in Boise, Idaho. Because tonight is the first night of Passover, the Jewish holiday Passover, which always seems to coincidentally be kind of placed near Easter almost every single year. And so, my parents, they were international for many years. And when they decided to move back to the U.S., they kind of chose Boise as a nice place to retire. There's a very large Jewish community here. My stepmother is a Russian Jew, and there's a large Russian Jewish community in Boise, and they just have been at home here. Mm-hmm. It's weird to go to Boise, I'll be honest, leaving New Orleans and then landing in Boise. My wife and I were walking through the airport yesterday, just looking around and just feeling it's a little weird, The state of Boise on kind of sits on its base, and it looks like a gun pointing upward, and so you just see stickers or sweatshirts of them kind of taking the state and rearranging it so that it looks like a gun. It's very weird. It's a different culture, but it's lovely to be here with my parents.
Yes, I'm sure you're having a good time. Are you going to have a good time out there? Any seafood out in Ohio?
Listen, Idaho, and also lifelong vegetarian, so I wouldn't even know. But lots of potatoes.
Okay. I hear that. Now,
lots of potatoes.
And then
tonight will be go ahead, sorry.
I was getting ready to ask you, what's going on in medical news lately?
So, in terms of medical news, there's been some interesting kind of studies. For one thing, there's been a couple of really interesting studies on COVID, and looking at how COVID seems to be less, the mortality rate for COVID over the course of the last couple years has significantly kind of gone down, and it's starting to look more like influenza. So the mortality rate, kind of the all mortality rate, not dividing it into subgroups and stuff like that. The total mortality rate for COVID initially was 3%, and it's now just a little below 1%. And they were able to document a significant decline in COVID mortality rates in kind of the 2023, 2024 year. So that's the closest that we have right now. And so what this is telling us is essentially that COVID is starting to kind of, look more like any of the respiratory viruses that we've seen in the past, and it's likely going to become endemic. And one thing that I kind of remind our listeners here on the Front Porch is, remember, we're still living in the long shadow of the H1N1 influenza strain from 1918. That we still get a vaccine for that strain every year. So we are likely going to be living in the long shadow of COVID for decades and decades to come. But it's nowhere going to be nearly as bad as it was. It's going to become what we refer to as endemic instead of epidemic. Mm-hmm. Endemic means it's going to become part of the population, and it's going to circulate, and we just need to get a vaccine. And I imagine we're probably pretty close to, in the before times, we were probably pretty close to getting a dual vaccine, which would be a vaccine that would be COVID and influenza simultaneously. So the good news is that, we predicted this would happen. We knew this would happen. Now we're starting to see studies that are just supporting what we suspected all along, which was that COVID would become more endemic. Another piece of news that has been really fascinating and that really has been hitting my algorithms a lot, and I just can't tell if it's because I keep clicking on it and so it supports it, or am I seeing a lot of different, is there just a lot of different
your trend.
news?
That's why it's going to be in your algorithm. Right. Yeah.
is RSV. Now, we talk about RSV all the time. RSV is respiratory syncytial virus. This is a virus, if you're a parent, you know that your kid maybe had one or two attacks that usually brings them into the ER. It's a pretty severe virus amongst children. And actually, let's put a pin in that and just say that right now there's been some really interesting studies also, again, in the last couple of months that have been showing how to protect newborns from RSV. And I'll circle back to that in just a moment because they have two really interesting ways of being able to do that. But getting back to the studies that have recently come out, is we've talked about a number of times here is how respiratory viruses, infections, but particularly respiratory viruses, and particularly COVID, RSV, and influenza, that when you get them, and especially if you end up in the hospital with them, that there is an increased risk of some sort of embolic event 1 to 5 years later, right? And by embolic, I mean you could get a heart attack or a stroke or something like that just from getting the virus, right? So you get sick with RSV, you're like a 75-year-old person, maybe you have other comorbidities like COPD and heart disease, and maybe had a previous stroke, you get RSV, within a year to 5 years, the risk of you getting a cardio or cerebral embolic event, a heart attack or a stroke, is significantly elevated. And this is one of the reasons why we try to get people vaccinated for these, is so that they don't get the disease, or if they do, it's much more mild, and then that'll prevent them from getting that heart attack or stroke. What the new studies have shown is that we knew it was bad. We knew that there was noise. There was a signal showing that something was there. But a couple recent studies have shown it's probably a lot more aggressive than we've known in the past. So it probably happens more frequently than we really have ever known. But, you know, when you're a doctor like myself working at one of our local medical centers that focuses on strokes, when somebody comes in with a stroke, I mean, one, the last thing I'm trying to figure out is if they had the flu or RSV or anything like that in the past 5 years. They may not have even known. You could get flu or RSV, not end up in the hospital, be really sick, but, you know, after a couple of years, you don't remember that time you were sick for a couple of days, you know, or if you did take a positive test, you maybe don't remember it. This is why you need to look at these large population studies that look at it in aggregate. So when you look at it in aggregate, you can see just how severe it is. So the point of this is that RSV in adults, one, we didn't really know much about it until COVID. And once we did the rapid swabs for COVID, we were able to start seeing other things. And RSV has shown up far more than we ever really thought it would. And since it's been there, we are starting to see now its adverse effects. So because we can now document RSV in somebody today, we can see 3 years later they have a stroke. And we know, because we see it more and more and more in aggregate of that data, we know that there is likely a cause and event. In other words, the cause is the RSV infection. Excuse me, the event 3 years later could be a stroke. So all of this to say is that we think that signal is much stronger than we ever thought it was, and that it really underscores the importance of vaccination. And now, just recently, I think about 2 weeks ago, I think we may have talked about it then, was the FDA has now approved the RSV vaccine for everybody.
Okay.
So initially it was just people 75 and above, then it was 60 and above, and then they went to 50 and above, and now it's 18 and above. So anybody can qualify for an RSV vaccine, and I know that I will be getting mine this upcoming season as well. I'm 58. I'm a healthy 58, but I do have some, you know, I have what my father calls a gift from him, but he states that he got his from his, you know, his father, my grandfather, who states he got his from his, but that is is hypertension, high blood pressure, and hyperlipidemia, cholesterol. So those are, factors that put me at higher risk for coronary disease, heart attacks, which means that I take a statin every day, I take blood pressure medicines every day, and that I also will make sure I get RSV vaccinated every 2 years, so that if I do get RSV, I prevent myself from having those long-term events. And let me just circle back to the last thing, and then I'll hand it back to you. I don't mean to filibuster here.
That's okay.
But we talked about the RSV being able to protect children, right? What do you do with newborns? So one interesting strategy they've done is that they're now giving pregnant women in their third trimester, a vaccine of RSV, and that confers antibodies to children when they're born.
Okay.
So that's really interesting. That's a fascinating way of being able to do that. And the other thing is that they're also giving what are called monoclonal antibodies. You may remember those from in our COVID days. We talked about monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies are antibodies that are built in a lab, right? So they're laboratory-derived antibodies for something, mono. That's the mono means one.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, monoclonal antibodies for COVID we originally had, but in this case, it's RSV. So monoclonal antibodies for RSV. So they're giving children, newborns, monoclonal antibodies for RSV. And what they've seen is that does have some protective effect for those children having severe cases of RSV in the first parts of their life. So that's some fascinating stuff that's out there right now.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of things that are going on that people are not aware of, and we're not getting that information disseminated to us due to the shutdown of communication from this current administration.
Yes.
And we definitely
Yes.
need to hear the things that are impacting us, and especially not just with certain demographics, but with everybody. You don't hear a whole lot of things about COVID anymore, but COVID is still around. I still hear of people or medical professionals saying that COVID is still descending upon people. But the extra piece of RSV, I had a premature baby who had to get an RSV vaccination, and I was deathly afraid that somebody was going to get him sick by coughing or sneezing, and then his body not being able to maintain itself or fight it off because he was so small. But the at-risk people, I think you said were 65 or 60 or older in the beginning, but people who are immunocompromised, RSV is something that we only connect to our elders or babies, and anybody can get it.
Yep, 100%. That is 100% correct. And in fact, I would, for anybody with newborn babies, I would insist that anybody who comes over to see them is vaccinated. I mean, one, it was like hard to get people to, people like see a child, like say a baby, and they want to reach out and they touch them. If that were my baby, I'd be like, wash your hands.
Right.
I'm not just reaching out, touching my baby. Like, if I had a baby, I'd walk around with like a big, tub of hand sanitizer right next to him, and make sure that you sanitize your hands before you touch a baby. And the other thing is if for any moms that are listening or any parents that are out there that do have newborns, it's okay for you to insist that the people who come by are vaccinated. Mm-hmm. That's okay. That's an okay thing to do in our society, especially in today's society, and especially today, as difficult as medicine is, and as difficult as it sometimes can be hard to come by, and ER visits and all that. It's okay for you to insist that your parents, your friends, your family get vaccinated for these things, or if they're sick, that they should be wearing masks. That's okay to do. And certainly, if that were me and if I had a child, I would certainly be insisting on that as well.
I'm glad you said that, because oftentimes in motherhood, especially women who have been, I guess, we've watched our parents, our mothers, kind of acquiesce to people because people can be forceful about seeing babies,
yes.
but reinforcing
yes.
to them that this indeed is your baby, your responsibility, your gift to protect, and you can strong on people about whether or not you want them to have access to your children.
100%.
I'm glad you said
I
that.
can't, and let me just kind of say it again, your attitude should be immediate and like without question or resignation or hesitation. And I guarantee you people will see that and they will respond. But if they see hesitancy or if they see, oh, maybe whatever, it should, because like, listen, it was exactly like you're saying. This is your gift. This is your baby. This is yours to protect to the world. And it is okay. Just like you put that child into a car seat, or you buckle them, or all the different ways that you protect them. Another way to protect them is insisting that people wash their hands, they wear a mask if necessary, and that they are vaccinated.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. We're going to take this break, Doc. Listen to the Front Porch here on WBOK, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Looking at another day of being very warm and muggy with another chance for some afternoon showers as we approach about noon to 6 p.m. That's when we'll see the heaviest amount of rain. And then as far as temperatures go for today, 81 to 83. For tonight, showers should come to an end. We'll see lows 63 to 68. And then for tomorrow, little less rain coverage, but still going to see some scattered showers. Highs 81 to 83. Still watching for showers and storms on Easter. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hi, I'm Leo Jackson, host of Sunday Gospel here every Sunday morning, 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 o'clock till 2 p.m. You don't want to miss this move of God. It happens only on WBOK. You listen to all day long.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
The excuses have run out. In New Orleans, the failures of the Sewerage and Water Board are no longer occasional. They are, in fact, routine. Another major water line erupts, streets flood, property is damaged, and the response is as predictable as the failure itself. Explanations, deflections, and promises. We have heard it all before. Let's be clear. This is not bad luck. This is not unforeseen. This is what happens when a critical public system is allowed to decay in full view of those responsible for maintaining it. Pipes more than a century old are bursting beneath our streets. A power system built on outdated technology continues to falter. And a governance structure split between city and state has created the perfect environment for one thing above all else: a lack of accountability. Because when everyone is in charge, no one is in charge. We saw the warning signs in 2017 when a summer rainstorm overwhelmed a crippled drainage system. We saw it again during Hurricane Ida when failure of the power system nearly led to catastrophe. We've lived through boil water advisories, cyber attacks, and the looming threat of saltwater intrusion. And now we are watching the ground beneath us literally give way. So the question must be asked, not politely, but directly, just who the hell is responsible? Is it the leadership of the Sewerage and Water Board? Is it the mayor who leads the Utilities Board? Is it the governor and the state of Louisiana, which maintains control over this hybrid agency? Or is it all of the above? Because the people of New Orleans are paying the price in damaged homes, disrupted lives, and rising rates for a system that no longer delivers the most basic of public services: water, drainage, safety. This is not complicated. What is required now is not another study, not another promise, not another press conference with catchy phrases of concern. What is required is action, decisive, coordinated, and immediately. Full transparency, a clear chain of command, and a timeline the public can see and hold accountable. Anything less is simply managing decline. And in a city like New Orleans, where water is both a fact of life and a constant threat, managing decline is just not responsible. It is dangerous. So here is the bottom line. If this system fails again, and it will, no one should be allowed to say they didn't see it coming. The warning signs are no longer beneath our streets. They are erupting through them. And this time, the responsibility will not wash away with the water. So y'all come up with a plan, and damn it, do something with it. This is Norman Robinson off the top.
You're on the Front Porch with WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back to the Front Porch here on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about all day long. I'm your host, Kimber White Dupree, and on the other side of the glass is Jared. And on the line, we have Dr. Derry, but I have in studio John Renthrope, who is with us to talk about an event that's going to be coming up. But give us a second. Let me jump right back in with Dr. Derry. Hey, Dr. Derry.
Yes, indeed. Listen, I just would do, I'm just going to go over two really interesting kind of news events that are women-oriented. First, a little bit of bad news from the abortion bans states. So these are some data that are showing that states that do have these very draconian abortion bans have been having the outcomes have been increasing preterm births, and this has been happening particularly among Black women and Hispanic women. So what we are seeing with these abortion bans, which they are doing exactly what they were intended to do, is quite frankly it's basically impacting the vulnerable people in our community, and women, particularly Black and Hispanic women, are now having to manage preterm births. So that's one study. And a second study that is a little bit more uplifting and interesting as well is that in Europe, they're starting to have women do self-collections of cervical swabs. Okay. So actually, instead of going to a GYN physician and having that uncomfortable procedure, women are doing it themselves. And what they are finding that the women who collect the samples themselves versus those that happen in a doctor's office, the outcomes are very similar. So we may be approaching a time where women will be able to collect their own samples instead of having to go to the doctor, take the time out of their day, have a very uncomfortable procedure occur. They could just do it in the privacy of their own home and send the sample off for collection or for evaluation. So two really, I think, interesting stories that we will definitely keep our eyes on, and I will continue to report upon them as more data comes available.
Absolutely. I want to say thank you so much for sharing that information with us, because again, we're not getting that from the national resources we normally do. We have to go outside the country to get that information, and we all need to do what we can in order for us to be safe and also to keep our communities safe as well.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
I look forward to talking next week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Derry.
Thank you.
Have a great Passover and
happy Passover. Yes, happy Pesach.
There you go.
We'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, y'all. All of the things medical. I want to say thank you to Dr. Derry and also to Dr. Griggs, who graciously give up their time to share with us what is happening in the medical community and what's happening medically that we need to know. And joining us again, John Renthrope. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Kimber.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's the first of the month.
Yeah, it literally is the first of the month, and it's April Fool's Day.
I don't celebrate April Fools, but I got enough of that. That's every day is April Fool's Day.
Well, right now, it seems every time you open the news, it's an April Fool's joke, but it's
bombarded
real
by
life.
April Fools.
Yes, but last we spoke, we had some of your colleagues that came in to tell us about a festival, and we were looking forward to the festival because we knew we were coming. I've mentioned it quite a few times, but it seems that there seems to be some hiccup that is taking place, and we need to be aware of what's going on for those who are making or have been making plans to attend. So tell us about the festival. Tell us what's going on.
Sure, and I'll be brief. One, Kimber, thank you for hosting me. Y'all have always been supportive of all the endeavors I do. Barrels on the Bayou is a festival operated by a proprietor named Dave Bracey. He hails from Pittsburgh. This gentleman has been working on getting this festival, which is pretty much an acclaimed festival. It's a spawn from Barrels on the Bayou, which is a festival. It's a beer festival, but it's much more than that. It's held in Pittsburgh every year. It has about 5,000 attendees. Their mission statement is, "We play Black people." It's one of the most equitable Black festivals in American history. It is the first Black American festival in U.S. history, and it was completely sourced from the efforts of Dave Bracey, Ed, I forgot Ed's last name, and a couple other supporters. And now it's won 4 years in a row, USA Today Best Beer Festival in America, which is no easy feat. Fast forward to my interactions with it. As a vendor, I own Cajun Fire Brewing Company, the first Black-owned beer company in U.S. South history. We've been going as a vendor and participating since 2019. And I planted a seed. I said, "Hey, Dave, New Orleans has a big market. I would like to see if you can bring this festival to our city. As I'm doing essentially the job of a lot of people that promote tourism. Why not bring this vibrant energy to our city?" 4 years now, we've been in communication to get this festival to the city. We've successfully landed on a date. This date was selected August of last year. It was co-branded. You're talking about to the tune of about $500,000 worth of investment to date has been put into this being a vibrant festival. And I found out word on Monday that there's a clean zone ordinance that was enacted with no public acknowledgement, to my knowledge, no city planning officials, no leadership in the mix, that would designate the Lafayette Square as a clean zone on April 18th and 19th and 17th when the festival was going to be hosted. Now, these locations were paid for, booked as far as Gallia Hall and Lafayette Square at the CBD back in August, November, if I'm, being, at the latest. I find it very unfortunate. I've been traveling. I've been taking variants to different countries to expand our footprint, get back to America, and I have to deal with this. I serve as the president of the National Black Brewer Association. 45 of my members, coming from all ranges of the United States, have product in tow, have their hotels paid, flights paid, and we're seeing this being done to a person that's been heavily invested in the city for 4 years. Went through all the proper procedures to make sure they contact state reps, council people. All of them are familiar with this project. All of them are unaware that this ordinance was going down, including myself and him, who hasn't been, the owners of the festival haven't been notified as of right now.
Okay.
So, we do have a petition in place called change.org/504 Bayou Gate. Again, change.org. It's not a laugh matter, but, we had to get something.
Right.
Change.org/504 Bayou Gate. I created it 3 hours ago. It is, it probably will amass about 1,000 supporters by the end of this evening. And we would like everyone that's listening to have the support. Right now, there are 85 vendors that fate range on the hinges of this. And it could very well bankrupt the first Black-owned beer festival in U.S. history, let alone the efforts of the first Black beer festival in the state of Louisiana. And that's as emotionless I can present it for your audience to hear it, and I hope they look into it.
I hope so as well. I just put the link in the chat for those of you who want to participate with the petition. I knew the beer festival was coming. We've had the creators come on and speak about it, and I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's 25 local vendors.
Who is the council person for that area?
I believe Councilman Freddie King, but to my knowledge, his team wasn't even notified about the ordinance.
Okay.
This is something that, my background is political science. I have a master's degree, a fresh one in zoning. This is not how you do business. And I don't want to get into other assets, but, I have discovered a lot in a short amount of time. And again, I run a business. This ain't I'm not paid by none of these people to be doing this. I don't have no cash investment in the festival. I'm just an advocate for ownership, and I'm also an advocate for practices of STEM and executions of artistry. And that's what this festival embodies, and me doing so and extending my professionalism. I'm feeling a certain type of way because I didn't galvanize all my peers to come out here and invest. And, I got beer in the tank right now. It's
Correct.
about $10,000 in. And let alone the companies that's from as far as Maine You got the West Coast. You even have the largest hop sponsor. I mean, the largest hop producer in the world as a sponsor of this. I think the intention was to remove competition, but I think whoever coordinated this was very short-sighted in just how massive this event is.
And the footprint. Now, where can people go to follow the festival? And I already put the link in the chat for those
Barrels
who signed the
on
petition.
the bayou.com. Barrelsonthebayou.com, and the petition is change.org/504 Bayou Gate. Again, change.org/504 Bayou Gate. Cheers.
There we go. Thank you guys for giving me 3 hours of your life that you will never get back. Also, thank you to Dr. Derry for stopping by and giving us an update. I hope that you all will continue to have a wonderful day. And remember to practice random acts of kindness and do something nice for somebody else, because it's a nice thing to do. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other. And I'm going to see y'all on the flip. Have a great day, y'all.